Today we're going to be making a lamb sausage, coconut and sun-dried tomato stir fry. I'm a really big fan of this brand here called Lamb Tonight. I don't buy a whole lot of processed things, but I do like these sausages, and the ingredients is lamb, water, seasoning, and some salt. So there's not a whole lot of extra stuff in there, which I like. So once in a while I'll splurge and buy these sausages. And for the longest time you couldn't find them, and just recently I saw them again at Sobeys, so I've rejoiced and bought some and decided I would make a meal out of it. So we start off with these sausages. These are Italian style lamb meatballs. I do buy the sausages, but these kind of caught my eye, so I thought I would cook these today. So I don't have any oil in my pan. I have a non-stick pan because I'm assuming there's probably a little bit of fat from the lamb. So this is coming along really well. I'm going to add one chopped onion. I have a red onion here, but you can use any onion that you want. We're going to let this onion soften for a couple of minutes. Next I'm going to add the garlic. So I have about 3 small cloves of garlic. You can add more if you wish. So the key ingredients in this recipe, obviously number 1 is the sausage. The next key ingredient is the sun-dried tomatoes. So I use sun-dried tomatoes that are in a jar in oil, and I have about half a cup and I've chopped them up. Then I'm going to add a can of coconut milk. So as you can tell, this recipe is very easy. It's very, very quick. So I have an assortment of vegetables that I'm going to add to this dish. I have 3 peppers. You can use any color you'd like. I have 1 yellow, 1 red, and 1 orange. I'm going to add that. Then I have about 1.5 cups each of broccoli and cauliflower. So lots of colorful vegetables today. And then I have some asparagus. So all of these I have cut in about 1-inch pieces, as well as the asparagus. So I'm going to heat this through, and I don't like my vegetables cooked too much, especially the broccoli and the cauliflower. So these are part of the cruciferous family of vegetables, and the important thing to remember about the cruciferous vegetables, which is your broccoli, your cauliflower, your cabbage, Brussels sprouts, kale, collards, is that you don't want to cook it too much. These have special components in their cell walls, and alone they don't do a whole lot, but when these components come together, that's when they kind of sprinkle their magic, and they can be cancer preventing. So by chewing really well the broccoli and the cauliflower while it's still a little bit crunchy, brings these chemicals together, and that's that sulfury smell that you smell off of this type of vegetable. So I'm going to cover this, let it cook through for a few minutes until my vegetables are cooked but still crunchy. So these veggies have steamed a bit and they're becoming cooked to my liking. You can cook yours more if you wish. So now what I'm going to do is just crank up the heat a little bit, because there's a bit of juice on the bottom. If you can see that there. A little bit of juice on the bottom of the pan. So I want that to thicken a little bit. So I'm going to bring this to a little bit of a boil and reduce that liquid. So this is good to go. So here you have different options. You could have this with cauliflower rice, you could have it with pasta. Today I'm having it with brown rice. And the reason that I choose brown rice or black rice over white rice is the only difference between the white and the brown is that the white rice, they've taken the outer shell off of the rice. And I like to use the analogy of having a fire. So if you put paper on a fire, yes, it creates a big heat and a big burst of flame, but then soon after that flame is gone. So it's the same thing when you eat white rice. It gets burnt up and used up really quickly into the body, and then you're left feeling hungry very shortly after. With the brown rice, you still have the outer shell on the rice, so therefore when you're eating it, you stay full a little bit longer because your body is taking a longer time to digest the food and break it down. And it also doesn't send your insulin up the roof. So, you know, your insulin levels are kind of nicely at a nice level. I'm using my brown rice, and I'm going to top it off with my stir fry. All these beautiful colorful vegetables, a little bit of the juice, and I'm going to top this off with a sprinkle of my favorite cilantro. So this was super easy, it was quick, it probably took me 20 minutes to make, and it's extremely healthy. If you would like to see more of my recipes, you can hop over to my health coach page at www.healthcoachkelly.ca. Thanks for watching.